Kelly Clarkson has never shied away from sharing her truth through music, but in recent years, her personal life has taken center stage in ways even she could not have predicted. From her stunning rise as the first-ever winner of American Idol in 2002 to her status as a global superstar and Emmy-winning talk show host, Clarkson has lived much of her life in the spotlight. Yet, nothing prepared fans, or Clarkson herself, for the deeply personal heartbreak that unfolded when her marriage to Brandon Blackstock collapsed, leaving behind stories of betrayal, disappointment, and resilience. The marriage, once seen as a fairy tale romance, ended in a messy and very public divorce battle that stretched over 2 years. Clarkson, who once gushed about Blackstock being her person, eventually opened up about the cracks that had been forming beneath the surface. Now, as new details continue to emerge, the betrayal she experienced has been laid bare. Sources close to the singer reveal that Clarkson felt blindsided and deeply disappointed by the man she once believed she could trust completely. The beginning of a love story. Clarkson met Blackstock in 2006 through his father, Narvel Blackstock, who was a longtime music manager married to country superstar Reba McEntire. However, it wasn't until 2012 that their paths crossed again in a way that changed everything. Blackstock, then a talent manager himself, re-entered Clarkson's life at just the right moment. Sparks flew quickly, and by December of that year, Clarkson announced their engagement. The couple tied the knot in 2013 in a romantic Tennessee ceremony. Clarkson seemed over the moon, calling Brandon not only her husband, but also her best friend and confidant. The pair soon welcomed 2 children together, daughter River Rose in 2014, and son Remington in 2016. From the outside, it appeared Clarkson had found her happily ever after. She often spoke about how Blackstock gave her a sense of stability and peace she hadn't known before. Cracks beneath the surface. But the image of a perfect family life began to unravel over time. Clarkson's grueling schedule, balancing her music career, tours, and eventually her daytime talk show, reportedly put strain on the marriage. Friends of the couple noticed signs of tension, though Clarkson herself rarely let anything slip in public. Privately, however, Clarkson was said to be struggling. Close insiders have since revealed that she often felt unsupported by Blackstock when it came to her career ambitions. Clarkson, who has always prided herself on being fiercely independent, began to realize that her husband's role in her life wasn't as steady as she believed. She thought he was her rock, one insider said. But over time, that rock began to feel like sand beneath her feet. What hurt Clarkson most was the growing sense that the trust she placed in Blackstock was being betrayed. During the divorce proceedings, reports surfaced that he had not only become distant, but had allegedly mismanaged aspects of her professional dealings. Clarkson, who had trusted Blackstock both personally and professionally, was stunned. For someone who built her career on authenticity and honesty, feeling deceived in both love and business was a crushing blow. The divorce battle. In June 2020, Clarkson filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. The move shocked fans, but those close to the singer said she had reached her breaking point. The proceedings soon turned bitter, with contentious debates over custody, property, and finances. Clarkson won primary custody of their 2 children, a decision that underscored how much she wanted stability for River and Remington. The financial disputes painted an even more complicated picture of the breakdown. Clarkson was ordered to pay significant monthly support to Blackstock, both for spousal and child support, despite being the higher earner. Many of her fans rallied behind her, criticizing what they viewed as an unfair outcome. Clarkson herself, while maintaining composure in public, didn't hide her disappointment in the circumstances. The most shocking revelation came when it was reported that Clarkson accused her ex-husband, along with his management firm, of illegally operating as her manager without the proper license. She alleged that millions of dollars in earnings had been mishandled. The betrayal wasn't only emotional, it was financial and professional, too. For Clarkson, this deepened the wound, as the man she once believed would always protect her appeared instead to have taken advantage of her trust. Clarkson's emotional fallout. Clarkson has always been candid about her emotions, and during her divorce, she leaned on her music to channel her pain. Her 2023 album Chemistry became a raw and powerful exploration of heartbreak, love lost, and the journey of healing. Songs like Mine and Me resonated with fans, offering a window into the devastation she felt. In interviews, Clarkson admitted that the divorce was far more painful than she anticipated. "I didn't see it coming in the way it happened," she said in one candid conversation. "When you trust someone so deeply, and then you feel that trust is broken, it's devastating." Her talk show also became a space where Clarkson subtly addressed her struggles. Though she avoided naming Blackstock directly, her anecdotes about moving on, focusing on her children, and rediscovering her sense of self were powerful. Her honesty struck a chord with viewers, many of whom were navigating their own heartbreaks. A lesson in resilience. Despite the disappointment and betrayal, Clarkson's resilience has been nothing short of inspiring. She threw herself into her work, balancing her duties as a mother with her thriving career. Winning a Daytime Emmy for The Kelly Clarkson Show was a validation of her ability to stand tall even during her darkest times. Friends describe her as stronger than ever, having transformed pain into empowerment. Kelly is the type of person who takes the hardest moments and turns them into something meaningful, a close friend revealed. She didn't let the betrayal define her. She chose to define herself through her music, her kids, and her career. Clarkson herself has admitted that while she was disappointed in Blackstock, she no longer holds anger toward him. Instead, she focuses on gratitude, for her children, for the lessons learned, and for the chance to rebuild her life on her own terms. Moving forward, today Clarkson is focused on a brighter future. Relocating to New York City for her talk show, she's embraced a fresh start, both personally and professionally. Her music continues to be a source of healing not only for herself, but for her millions of fans worldwide. While the betrayal she experienced will always be a part of her story, Clarkson has proven that disappointment doesn't have to define the ending. Instead, it can be the beginning of a new chapter filled with strength, authenticity, and hope. As she continues to share her journey, Clarkson's story serves as a reminder that even the most painful heartbreaks can lead to transformation. What began as a love story that crumbled into disappointment has evolved into a narrative of survival and triumph. For Clarkson, the betrayal laid bare by her divorce was one of the hardest battles of her life. Yet, she stands today as proof that even when trust is broken, it's possible to rise from the ashes with grace, resilience, and an unshakable voice.